Good morning, everyone. Today's a little bit different. I am on my way down to the airport. Unfortunately, it's not to fly. It's the morning after the big storm here in the Northeast we had. Now, we didn't get that much up where I live, but the bulk of the storm went just south of us. So I'm going to take a ride down to the airport and see how the 180 fared the storm. Probably just going to clean the snow off the wings. We had some really high winds, so I'm going to check the tie downs, of course. And then while I'm down there, I might just lend a hand if anybody else needs some assistance. That's what I'm there for. So that is the plan. So that's where we're headed. And it's a little bizarre because I live in Western Mass, and the airport's in Western Mass also. I'm just in North County. The airport's in South County. And it's pretty much almost a one-shot road to get there. But it's actually faster for me to start south, jog to the right over Route 43, over the mountain into New York State, go south in New York State, and then turn back east, come back into Massachusetts to get to the airport. It's actually probably a good 10 to 15 minutes faster by adding those few extra miles and going out of state and then back in, just because I don't have to pass through as many small towns and cities. So not to mention it's a beautiful ride. So enjoy the ride, and I'm just going to shut up and concentrate on driving like I should. Okay, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it might be down here. Definitely more snow than you typically see in this area, but I don't think I need to clean 3 feet of snow off of the wings of the plane, so that's good news. Pulling up in the airport's right here, so let's go check it out. All right, well, there is 7965 November in front of us, and I see virtually no snow on the plane at all, which is awesome. Probably the high winds didn't allow the snow to settle on the planes, or there's a chance that the guys here came out and cleaned it off already. They said they would try and do that on the days when they thought it really needed it, but I figured it was in my best interest to take a drive down here and check it out myself. So it turns out it's probably just a long, beautiful wasted drive, but I think I'm going to go and take a look at the plane anyways, because it's been a while. I haven't flown the plane in over a month, and I gotta tell you, I'm missing it, but the weather just has not cooperated at all. So go in and say hello to whoever's in the office and have a little friendly chat, and looks like head back home after that. So this may not be a video after all. Okay, well, it looks like I really didn't need to come down here, but it was a nice drive anyway. The guys came out yesterday and knocked the snow off of the planes, I guess a time or two. And then with the winds that we were experiencing, not a lot's been able to accumulate on the planes again. So 7965 November is exactly as I left it last time. Tie downs are still taut, but not too tight, and yeah, she's kind of in a winter slumber right now, I guess. So there are a couple days coming up this week where the temperature is supposed to get up into the 40s. Might be cloudy, might be a little rainy, but I think I'm going to try and schedule something and hopefully, fingers crossed, get into the air maybe this week, at least for an hour or two, because I might be getting a little rusty here. It has been just before Christmas I went up, probably about a week before Christmas was the last time I flew, and here is January 30th, so yeah, 5 weeks, coming up on 6 weeks I have not flown. So oh, there goes Banana Berry. I was just inside talking to the guys. A lot of the planes aren't starting, even with the being plugged in, and with the propane heater and blanket treatment over the engine compartments. It's just too damn cold, especially out here with the wind. And I was also told there's a pretty good wind shear up there, 2,500 feet and up, and apparently there's 40 knot winds when you get a little higher, up more in the 10,000+ range. Not that I've ever even been that high, but whereas it appears to be a beautiful day, it is not an optimal day for flying. That is, if you can even get in the air. You can see the windsock, it's kind of straight out there, so that gives you a pretty good indication as to what it's like. So anyways, I'm going to head back home now. Not a lot accomplished on this trip, but still a beautiful ride, and I enjoy it. I decided I'm going to take the other route home, so you guys will get a view of the other side of the mountain headed back. Enjoy the ride. Okay, we got a little more time on this drive, so let's talk about the FAA. Do you think Big Brother's listening to this? I doubt it, but I'm a little disappointed. I understand that the whole COVID thing's going on, and short staff and more pilots trying to get into flying than probably for a really long time anyways. But it seems like the FAA medical department has pretty much turned off their phones. I have tried countless times, all hours of the day, for months and months and months, and I did get through once, and that was, I think, the day before Thanksgiving of all days. I called towards the end of the day before a holiday. Certainly didn't expect anyone to pick up the phone, and I think somebody accidentally answered the phone. And he took my information and he looked up my account, and all he could really tell me was that the neuro panel had my records for review, and that was it. There was, and that's good news. I know they got them and supposedly reviewing them or in their pile of things to be reviewed, but that was paperwork that I had sent in from my neurologist on October 3rd, and at that point it was the day before Thanksgiving, and there was no word, and here it is the end of January, so another 2 months have passed, and I don't know where I stand. I would like to think I have all my faculties. I know I'm healthy, and the neurologist says I'm fine. Oh, excuse me. The neurologist says I'm fine, but I just need somebody with the authority to look at that paperwork and make a determination. At this point, I'm 2 airplanes and about 50 instructed flying hours deep into my PPL journey, and I really just want to know. I mean, I wouldn't have bought planes, and I wouldn't have spent the money on the education if I wasn't convinced that everything would be fine. And I'm still convinced everything's going to be fine. But this waiting game is well, let's just say it's starting to bother me after, what, 8 months? Coming up on more than 8 months now. So I just wish there was better communication. I kind of secretly wish somebody from the FAA medical department would find my videos, watch all, I don't know how many hours and hours and hours of videos I have out there right now, but you know, I think they could watch those videos and probably get a little more insight into making a determination on my mental health, physical status, emotional well-being. I don't know exactly what it is that they're looking for, or what needs they have to satisfy. But I wish that would happen a little bit faster. I understand that there are probably thousands of other people going through this same thing, and I don't feel like my case is any more urgent or I'm being wronged in any way. It's just, you know, get in line and wait type of a scenario, and that's what I have to do. But you know, I figured I would let you guys know that I still do not have a third-class medical, even though I'm 99% sure I will have one in the future. It's a matter of when, and I'm rooting for sooner than later. And if any of you have any solid advice in your dealings with the FAA medical staff, or have a little insight, or, you know, a secret phone number, or anything at all that you think might be helpful to me, any avenues I haven't gone down yet, or people I haven't spoken with yet, I'm considering at this point contacting the AOPA, because I did get a membership with them, and at a bare minimum I want to pick their brains as to what my options are. I don't know if they can help in any way to expedite the process, but you know, it's starting to wear on me, and that's because flying season, I mean, you can fly all year round, but I'm not excited about flying in the super cold, so I have been procrastinating on that end, or on my part with that. But it's going to be warming up before you know it, and I've been ready to solo for months and months, and I've been told by numerous instructors that I'm going to be a fine pilot, but I kind of need a little help from the FAA on that to get me, just, you know, get me to the finish line here, because it's, you know, it's getting a little mentally taxing, and you know, starting to become a little bit of a financial burden, paying for the additional opportunity to have an instructor next to me. But in the long run, that's going to make me a better pilot. I'm going to be building more proficiency during this time, and the only negative out of it is time and money. And, you know, those are two major worries for most people on the planet. Luckily, they might be a little bit less of a worry for me than some other people. Well, not the time thing, you know, I'm not getting any younger, but I'm in a fairly good position financially, so it's not the same, but nobody likes wasting money, and starting to have this little tiny part of my brain that's saying, hey, why are you wasting this money? not getting any help from the other side. So, but and again, that's a little self-pity, a little wallowing. But you know, it's bound to creep in at some point once in a while with everybody. But it is what it is. I'm just going to have to be patient. Hopefully some of you guys have a little insight. I mean, you give me words of encouragement all the time, and I greatly appreciate that. You guys make this a lot of fun, and I'm grateful for that, and I want to say thank you. But then again, if you have any secret phone numbers, be sure to let me know, because I'd really like to move on to the next steps and get my certificate and start practicing, because that's what they say. You know, that certificate is nothing more than a license to practice. So I'm eager to be able to go up there and freelance more and you know, just in the solitude of being alone, which is a little scary, but at the same time, being able to think, process my own thoughts, and act on those thoughts without the worry or the continual input from an instructor. That would be awesome. I mean, because at that point, I would believe, you know, obviously that the instructors know that I'm safe pilot and worthy of being up there alone. So that will give me confidence, but it will also allow me, like I said, to play a little bit in the plane. You know, I don't want to say test boundaries, but to you know, just experiment with different turn banks, just freely, and not feel like I'm wasting the instructor's time, even though it's not wasted because you're paying them for that time. But you know, I don't know why. I just think it's going to be one of those like major milestones in my life, and obviously in my aviation journey, to be in the plane alone. As terrifying and as exhilarating as that's going to be, I can't wait for it. And but I have to, so I'm dragging that out, I guess. But you know, we got a long ride here, so I figured I would just chat on that and ask you all to see if you had any additional insight or advice. And that's that. I'll shut up on the subject now and pay attention to driving, because I'm getting back into a little bit of city driving. But I'm a little more than halfway home at this point, so enjoy the rest of the ride. Okay, this turn to the left up here is kind of where we started the trip. This is Route 43, takes you over the mountain into towards New York State, and so we've gone full circle around the mountain at this point in time. So hope you enjoyed the tour of the area. hope I didn't bore you too much with my ranting about the FAA. And I will say I'm certainly glad that November 7965 November was not buried under snow, and I didn't have to get out there and freeze my tail off getting her cleaned off. But yeah, I appreciate you watching as always, and remember, if you enjoy these stories, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, because YouTube absolutely loves that, and share these videos with your friends. Thanks for watching.